Hello everyone, welcome back to Butschern. We are here at our silo, gonna dump our load of wheat we got from field 6, and then we are gonna head over and meet our harvester over on field 1. I hope everyone is doing well. Kind of middle of the week. I know for me it's been kind of a quiet week, but looking forward to the weekend already. I look forward to the weekend on Monday, so I don't know about you guys, but at least that's the way it is. Generally for me, I'm a weekend kind of person, so yeah, what are you gonna do, right? Let's see what we got for traffic here. Oh yeah. Ooh. I'm gonna stick my nose out, so maybe I and then we need to take another right here. I'll tell you what, I took the harvester after our last get together. I took the harvester over to field 1, and it's buried back in there. I'll tell you, at least the entrance to field 1 is it's kind of buried back in here. So on our last episode, our hired helper was old Tommy Lee. There was on a joyride into the neighbor's cornfield. Found out they weren't too thrilled about that. I guess he claims well, he said it was a mechanical malfunction on the tractor. That's what he claims. So I don't know. We're gonna let Tommy redeem himself here on field 1. I think let him do some harvesting while we go over and finish up the plow job on 10. Is it 10? Yeah, I think on 10. Now I did update my graphics drivers, so if there's a little bit of glitchiness going on, I loaded the game and I kind of went around and got the shaders reloaded as best I could, but we might still run into a little bit of glitchiness here and there. Hopefully not too bad. Alright. I don't know if you guys run into that, but I know for me, every time I reload, or every time I update my graphics drivers, I have to go in. Basically, I go into the game and at least what I like to do is I go from vehicle to vehicle, and then do an inside camera, outside camera view, and then I kind of just run around the map and try to look at, I guess you would say, look at everything I possibly can, and try to get, whoops, didn't really line that up very well, did I? And try to get as many textures. I don't really know how it all works. I mean, I'm a computer guy by trade, and I really don't completely understand. A little catch on that there, and I really don't completely understand how all this shaders and graphics and whatnot works. But I do know that it definitely does not like new drivers. That's for sure. You know what? Let's take a look at this field. So we might be good. Boy, we might. You know what? We're gonna have to make a trip, at least one trip. Don't hit that cart too bad there, Chief. Let me line this up a little bit better if I can. We're gonna want to make at least, I think, one, or what we could do. Now that I'm thinking about it, just to give the best chance we can, we could do a Courseplay. I have Courseplay installed, don't I? Yeah, CP Fieldwork. There we go. Yeah, let's run a Courseplay course on here, just to give our hired help the boy, best chance they can, I guess, at this thing. All right, so there's the width of our header. We have one tool, number of headlands. What do you think? 3? 4? We'll do 4. Yeah, let's do 4. And we'll have them start center, and I am going to do smooth corners because I'll tell you, I've tried sharp corners, and they work okay on very open fields, but this field actually has some stuff around the boundaries, and I think it'll struggle. So let's go ahead and generate this field course here. Looks like it did. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I think we should just run with that. I think we should run with that. Let's get him set up closer to the start point. I think our start point is over here. It surely is. I'm actually not sure what I'm thinking. Let's try and get him set up the best we can. I think this will work out pretty good right there. He'll line himself up pretty good, I think. All right, and let's go with first waypoint. There's our course right there that we've generated. And let's, oh yeah, that's right. He's gonna do the whole fold up. Oh yeah, because I was facing the wrong way. Of course I was, right? Let's make sure he's golden, and let's make sure he is giving us windrow. He is. Thank you so much. Who is in the cab today? Can we tell? Tommy's brother, I think. Maybe Tommy called in sick. All right, we'll let that thing fly, and we'll head over here and let's finish up getting this field plowed up. Was checking out some mods today. I don't know, I didn't really see much that, you know, kind of got me excited, I guess you would say. You know what? I am doing this wrong. Here I thought I was, man, my brain is not firing here today. Let's do this the right way. Nope, don't you turn again on me. There we go. Now I think that's what we want. I don't know why I was thinking the other way. I knew something was wrong almost right away when I was looking back in there, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, my plow is not turned the right direction. But yeah, like I was saying, I just didn't really see a whole lot that was kind of exciting. I am looking forward to, are there any mods you all looking forward to? I am looking forward to that mod, that semi truck from 82 Studios. Is it the TLX? Oh boy, is it the 3000? The one that looks like the Terminator cab over truck? I am really looking forward to that thing. I don't know. I love cab overs. I think cab overs are just brilliant looking. I love the look of a cab over. I know that no, what? Stop hitting that button. I know they're not as comfortable for truckers to drive and stuff, but I don't know. I have a hard time, for me, not a lot of things beat the look of a cab over. And I remember when cab overs were, it's going to kind of show my age a little bit, but I remember when cab overs were actually a lot more of the norm. Um, and now you don't see them very often. And the other day I was at work, I was outside, um, coming in from lunch, and sure enough, I hear this. Ooh, that was a nice stutter. I hear this beautiful, beautiful Jake brake coming on. My work site, or the office building I work at is, there's a light at the corner, and I looked over, and sure enough, there was this absolutely beautiful 1980s mint cab over, and I just I wish I would have been quicker to think about grabbing my camera, my phone, and videotaping it, and recording it, videotaping it, because I'll tell you, it was gorgeous. It was just absolutely gorgeous, but you don't see them very often. You do see them a lot. Like, cab overs are kind of the norm in Europe, right? When I play Euro Truck, you're basically almost always driving a cab over there, and I understand why they're so important there, because of the space limitation that they have there. Streets are a lot more narrow, and in general, they just don't have the infrastructure, the road infrastructure, to be able to deal with these huge semis that we have here in the States. Yeah, see, there's a little glitteriness going on, little glitchiness going on there. That'll get cleaned up. That'll get cleaned up once we, boy, why did I raise that so quick? Now, here in the States, now the norm is, bigger the better almost for trucks, huge sleepers and things like that. And don't get me wrong, I think like the big old Peterbilts and Kenworths are nice looking trucks. But for me, I'll take a cab over for sure. Then I started really liking some of those European style cab overs. I started getting a liking for them. When I first started playing Euro Truck, one of the first things, excuse me, that I was thinking was, man, a lot of these trucks look the same. Like, oh, that's a Scania, and that's a Volvo, and that's a Renault, and I'm thinking, I don't know, they look pretty much the same to me. But it seemed like the more I played the game, and the more I could really tell, pretty easily, the differences between the manufacturers. And some of those things, they really deck up nice too, and they look very, very sharp. I watch a YouTube channel called Stavros. Oh, I forget if it's Stavros something, Stavros 69, Stavros, I forget what the number is, but he is in Ireland. He's a trucker in Ireland, and I have watched his channel for, I bet it's going on 5 years now. I would think. I've watched his channel for quite some time, and he used to do just videos related to trucking, and he still primarily does. Like, not now. When I say that, I mean he doesn't. It's not videos of him just driving and doing deliveries. He has done that, but there are a lot of test drive videos. Like he gets hooked in with the right people who let them, test drive the latest Scania and Volvo and Renaults and stuff. And it's cool to see, to compare and contrast their trucks to American trucks. And it's funny when you do see an American truck there. He goes to this, it's called Full of the Pipe, and hundreds of trucks get together, and it's one of these charity events. And there are some absolutely gorgeous truck trailer combinations there. But it's funny when you see an American truck show up, somebody owns like an old Kenworth or Peterbilt, just how massive those are and how much they stand out compared to theirs, their cab overs. There's another Irish channel. Is it Irish? I think they're Irish. That I watch, Grassmen. They are farmers. They are grass farmers. Oddly enough, name of their channel, and they are a lot of fun to watch. If you have a chance to check them out, I would definitely recommend it. They are, yeah, I believe they are Irish. Very strong accents. Sometimes I have a difficult time, like almost understanding them because it's very strong. Actually, you know what? I'm thinking of it. I think they're Scottish. I I think they're Scottish. But anyways, a lot of fun to watch them. A lot of fun to watch them do their baling and silaging and whatnot. And that's all they do. They don't do anything with any crops other than it's just straightforward grass, hay. I don't even know if they get into silage much. I think they might actually be just balers, and they sell their bales. But I'll tell you what, I give huge credit to these European farmers and the tight quarters that they sometimes have to work in. It is impressive, to say the least, how they get even equipment that's meant, to be relatively compact. The roads that they have to drive on. I'm watching them drive these Krone Big M's and Big X's, and oh my goodness. Nerves of steel sometimes, I feel like, Hopefully nobody's going to open a car door, I can tell you that, because it'll get ripped right off. Makes me kind of wonder how often that happens. How often does a tractor or a, piece of farm equipment coming down there rip off somebody's car door when they're not paying attention. All right, let's get this thing wrapped up. Kind of like to just look at the equipment working. Kind of getting used to this moldboard plow. I'm not the biggest fan of these things, just because they're not the, most. Oh, this guy. Oh, they're not the. They're kind of small. Yeah, you're gonna. Oh yeah. Oh, it's. Maybe it's not him. They're kind of small and take a while, but they are kind of satisfying to watch work. All right, one more small pass, and we'll head over and check our hired helper, and then we do have some bales to pick up over on 6. Get this cleaned up, this spot here. There we go. Beauty. I think we are pretty good on this field. Get our plow folded up. That's a lot of weight hanging off the back of those tractors, isn't it? Just dangling off the back end like that. Let's set him for a second here. Ooh, why are you stopped, my friend? Are you full? You are full. Okay, all right. Let's see what we have to do. We have to stop Courseplay and fire it up and pipe out. Get this guy fired up. Yeah, we are gonna have to do a little bit of crop dancing here. I try not to do. I try to do as little as this as possible, but I don't know. I think sometimes you just gotta go for it. Let's get him emptied up. That seems like, I don't know, this field might be giving us a little bit better yield than the other fields. It seems like maybe I was getting further along before the combine filled, but maybe not. Maybe not. There's our field of wheat. Our field over there is 6 that we're going to need to grab the baler on and go to town on. Excellent. Let's get you scooted out of the way, my friend. I think you will be just fine right there. We'll come over and get him started up again. All right. Pipe in. It looks like we actually... Is that our nearest? I think that is our nearest. So we can tell them to do our nearest waypoint. Perfect. Let's go ahead. Hide that. Maybe do a little bit of a ride along here for a sec. So there was another channel way back. Boy, I'm trying to think. Back on FS13. Actually, what was it? It was Farm Sim for the Xbox 360. And you know what? I'm not sure I know where I'm going. And I used to watch this this channel, Puma Plow. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Puma Plow. I see I was supposed to take a right. Yeah, so I'm already missed our turn. Yeah, and I watched them religiously playing Farm Sim on the Xbox 360, and just absolutely enjoyed all of their gameplay so much. And between watching them play and then the hours that I put into playing, I'm amazed I got anything done, you know, anything at all just done in my life. In fact, maybe I didn't. What do we need to do? We need to unfold the plow, because here's the plan, is to get this thing dropped off here, because we are going to need it. And we're going to head back to the farm. And we are going to pick up... Ooh, brakes, brakes! Ooh, I'm glad there were no cars coming. I didn't even pay attention. We're going to head back to the farm here and grab our baler. So traffic and farm... You know, oh, I know why I brought up Puma Plow. Today, I was watching his... it was a recording of his Twitch live stream. And was just watching that and looked at some of his back catalog on his channel. And his name's John. He used to have I think a cousin I don't think it was his brother, but I think it was a cousin that they teamed up and did the videos. But I don't know what happened to him. But John does it on his own now. And I was watching his review and initial thoughts of Farming Simulator 22 when it came out, and it was interesting to listen to him what he thought about the game, this release of the game. He was super positive about it, um, for sure. And I guess I just mentioned that because I think it's easy for a lot of people, and I think sometimes me included. I try to be a little more positive about things, but about these kind of things, but I think it's easy. In fact, I can tell you, truth be told, when I was seeing um, initial gameplay and release notes for FS22, I actually was kind of in the group of people that were like, "So what have you done over the past 3 years, Giants? Because this doesn't look a whole lot different than 19, and it doesn't look like you added a whole lot to it." Um, Now, I didn't play a lot of 19. In fact, I played very little 19. But just from my perspective, man, that whole console right there is seriously in the way of traffic, of seeing traffic. That's like creates a huge blind spot. Anyways, so I can't really compare it very well to 19. I just didn't play 19 enough. But I think going back, and I think what sometimes you need to do is go back and see how far this game has really come over the years. Um, Really a long, long, long ways. Graphics wise, you know, everything. And in every way it has. The only thing I still feel like I still feel like they struggle with is sometimes physics, the physics on the game, the way logs, pallets are handled. I still feel like they're not as good as they could be or should be. But it's easy for me to say that because I'm not a game developer, and I have no idea what I'm doing. So yeah, but that's the one thing. I guess if I could be critical or even maybe a wish list kind of thing. Let me double check something. This thing only does... Okay, yeah, we got 180s. That would be my thing. I think I would love to see pallets and logs, bales. I think you could include that kind of stuff. Improve on. I would really... I think that would make a huge difference in the game. And for me personally, I would be a lot more apt to do forestry work if I didn't feel like, you know, logs were just going to absolutely frustrate me to death. But I mean, if you look at the modeling, how detailed everything is. If you look at like, I remember when air hoses weren't even a thing. Like, none of this was a thing. Those hoses going on there, nope, didn't exist. And they're even flexible and they swing. And I remember when... Do I have auto? There we go. I remember when dirt particles weren't a thing. I also remember when tractors and implements didn't get dirty. You know, they were just always clean. I mean, look how much better these things look when they actually, like, for me at least, when they show dirt, when they show use, and with the paint. Now, I don't like how that's particularly implemented as far as cost and how quickly paint repainting costs go up. I mean, it seems a little bit kind of out there, but it's very cool to see how they've added that paint layer that can that can show wear on with your paint, missing paints in parts of the stuff, because that seems pretty realistic. So overall, I mean I love the game, and it's I love the game, and I think it's okay to be critical of some things, and I think it's certainly okay to have wishes, a wish list of what you would like to see in the game. And I know a lot of people, you know, brands and more tractors and more this and that. I'll tell you, I kind of felt that way a little bit too earlier on, but when I started learning more about how much it takes to get a new brand in the game, I have become much more patient about that. But I also do have a tendency to forget that I play on PC, so I have, the world of mods available to me. Whereas console players do not. And I think those are the people that I think get more impatient because, and I get that because they are, they have what they're given in the mod hub. That's it. And if you go if you're a PC player, go into the mod hub and at the bottom there, turn off or turn on show cross-platform only, and look at how many mods disappear from the mod hub because they are PC only. It's pretty amazing to see how many mods there are that are PC only, for sure. All right, I think we are getting close to wrapping this one up. Let's get this thing emptied up. Working on headlands, it looks like, huh? Oh, my two. Well, I didn't line that up very well, did I? Surprise, surprise. Yeah. Courseplay does a nice job overall. I mean, you can see here the smooth corners, what that does. See how they're all rounded like that, and they leave those triangles, and I just don't really care. To me, it's just doesn't add up to much, and I prefer I guess the less frustration method and having to deal with Courseplay and stuff hanging up on trees and whatnot. I just kind of like making it simple on it. And ooh, yeah, you're struggling a little bit up on that hill, aren't you? There you go. You gonna be far enough out of the way? Let me move you over here. There you go, boss. All right. I mean, there's nothing wrong. You could easily clean up those parts of the field if they bugged you enough. I know for me, when I even on 15, I would get every part of that field, no questions asked. I see my right mouse button isn't freeing up. I need to fix that. I'm trying to figure out how he got here. Hmm. Well, let's just do nearest waypoint, I guess. So he's already done that and that. No, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense, does it? Where's my mouse? There's my mouse. What way are those arrows pointing? Yeah. I don't know how he got... That doesn't make any sense, though, how he got over there. Am I losing my mind? I didn't move him. Did I? Huh. Nearest waypoint. That makes more sense, right? Yeah, for sure. It's just a beautiful game, you know, really. And you see some of those, you know, you look at maps like, you know, one of the first maps that came out, earlier maps, you know, Calmsden, and just how beautiful that map is. And you look at a map like, is it, oh, see, I go to think about it and I lose it. It's by Farmer Andy. Um, it's not Hope Bellarone because that's the Giants. It's I'll think of it after the recording stops. But there's another one, that Italia Emilia map, the one that the mod author does the low graphics, and then you can give them a few bucks and you can get the HD graphics and stuff. And you know, there were people that weren't too happy about that and upset about that, and I don't know. I don't know why people get upset about. I don't understand why people get upset about stuff like that. You know, I mean, if the mod author wants to charge legally now, even because you have to stay in line with Giants policies, right? And there's some gray areas there, I've been told, but actually we could probably, while I'm yapping, there's some gray area there because technically you're not allowed to, as a modder, you're not allowed to charge for mods, right? So I think some modders get around it easy enough by things like a Patreon. You know, subscribe to my Patreon, and one of the benefits of that are you'll have access to my mods. You know, or what was the other one I saw? Well, the Italia Emilia map. I think that person wanted. It wasn't expensive. It was only a few dollars from what I remember. But I guess my point being, if you don't want to pay for it, then don't. You know, just then don't. That's it. That's your choice. You pay for it, you get it. You don't pay for it, you don't get it. And I don't know, that's not a, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but that's not a difficult concept to understand. I don't know, you know, I mean, I can't just go to a Porsche dealership and say, I hate all of you because I don't have enough money to buy this 911 or whatever's out there now. And doesn't that look cool? I'm so looking forward to that Vermeer pack because I know that belt-driven thing there looks really sweet on those Vermeer balers. Anyways, I just, you know, to me it's like, I can't afford it, I can't have it. And also, if I go to a store and I feel like something costs too much, it's not worth what they're asking, then I don't buy it. I just don't get it. I don't, you know, get upset and pout and complain to everybody and their brother about it. I just, you know, for me it's like, nah, I'm not paying for that. You know, I'm not paying that much for that. Forget about it. I'll find something else. So to me, it's like, yeah, I'm glad. I hope it never comes to the point where we have to pay for mods because I think the game could really start becoming. I think that's a huge topic in and of itself, but I'm hoping that that never happens. Um, but I think most modders do it for the love of the game. They do it for the love of modding, and there's money. I know that there's money that they make. Probably not nearly enough to cover their time and their effort. So you kind of have to love what you're doing, right? But I am so thankful to modders because they keep this game fresh and fun, and they add so much variety to the game. I can't even imagine. I this game without mods would be. I mean, what you see here is wonderful and everything, but there's gonna come a point when, you know, to keep things kind of fresh and moving and different. That's what mods are for. All right, so we're about ready to wrap this up, and I think that'll wrap it up for us today too in this episode. I have no idea how long this episode is because I don't have my phone next to me. I usually look at that to kind of get an idea of a timer. So this might be a little bit longer. If it is, so be it. At least we made a little bit of progress. We got our plowing done. We are starting to bale, and we are finished up with our third and last field of wheat, which is awesome. And we'll just onward and upward next time we're together. I know I got to yapping. Hopefully I made some sense. It's hard for me to, I know probably something I'm going to get used to more, but it's hard for me to play and yap. And I honestly never thought it would be. But it's harder than I thought it would be. It really is. It's definitely harder than I thought it would be. All right, let's get. Sorry if that's going to drive any of you out there crazy to leave those bits over. I'm just not going to worry about them. We're just gonna go for what we have and call it a day. There is one thing actually we should do. So this is field 1. Let's see, how do we do this? Create a folder, right? And the folder we will name field 1, FIELD 1. And then we want to save the course. Did I not do that right? That's our course. Clear current course, save course. Oh, maybe that's how you do it. Okay, I got to select the folder. And then we'll name it, Combine. Combine field 1. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because we now have this course saved, well, for the next time that we have to harvest it, right? But we also have this course saved now for baling, so I can hire somebody to bale this field for us using that combine course, and we can set them off to baling. And you know what? I think we'll do that next time. All right. Thanks, everyone, putting up with me once again here on Butschern and all my nonsense. I really do appreciate it. And next time we will continue our efforts at keeping food on the table. You guys all take care of yourselves. God bless, and I'll see you next time.